Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Instacar HK. Today I am in my W140 S-Class going to a pretty exciting event, and that is the celebration of 140 years anniversary of Mercedes-Benz. Now, as some of you may have seen on social media, to celebrate this great milestone, Mercedes-Benz has deployed 3 brand new S-Classes to literally drive around the world. They started the journey earlier this year in Germany, of course, and I think the cars have since been through Europe, the United States, South America, Asia, China, Korea, Japan, and Southeast Asia. And just earlier this week, the 3 round-the-world S-Classes have arrived in Singapore. And to host these 3 S-Classes, this morning the Mercedes-Benz Center of Singapore is hosting an event where they will showcase these 3 special S-Classes. Now, my S-Class has been invited to the event to be displayed in the event for obvious reasons, because they want to have all the different generation of S-Classes at the event to be with the new S-Class launch. It's also extremely timely that the 140 has been asked to go display at an event, because for those of you who has been following my Instagram, you have seen that after renewing my COE earlier this year, I have 2 months ago decided to give the car a new paint job because the paint that came with the car originally was actually pretty bad. So I thought, as a treat, I'll give the car a new paint job. Now, after some trial and errors, after a few weeks, the paint came back beautifully. The car is now with a new coat of paint and very shiny. And also, just 3 days ago, I had the car go through a proper detailing service and coating by Gleam Auto, which I found on Instagram. Gleam Auto did a great job. You'll see it on my Instagram. On that topic, if any of you have any coating or PPF needs, Gleam Auto has kindly offered an Instacar HK exclusive limited time only offer for $50 off their coating services and $400 off their PPF services if you show them a screenshot of my Instagram post. So if any of you have any coating or PPF needs, please feel free to go to my Instagram account, take a screenshot of my latest Gleam Auto reel of them detailing my car and show it to Gleam Auto. The offer ends at 31st July this year. Now, back to the Mercedes topic. We're nearly there soon, and let's see what they will have for us. All right, and here we are at the Mercedes-Benz Center of Singapore on Alexandra Road. Here is my S along with a display of Mercedes. I was actually a bit late, which actually for once is good because I got a very good front spot. But this is actually the backside of the facility where they have a display with a lot of different Mercedes, and in the front is where the round-the-world S-Classes, and there are a few other S-Classes displayed there as well. So let's take a look around and see what we have today. It's still quite early now. It's just before 8:30, so it's still quite quiet. So let's take a look and see what Mercedes have for us today. Right, so here is the display at the back. Here's my S-Class. Let's go through each of the cars one by one. There's a 380 SEC here, which we have seen before in Dempsey. As I mentioned before, this car was actually for sale when I first landed in Singapore, and I did think of looking at it, but decided not to. Here's a 220, another 380 SEC in white and original wheels. Here's a 200, a AMG kitted out 124. This one's quite cool. All flushed out with the wheels. And the funny thing is, the cute thing is, they have this rubber curtain kind of thing at the rear. Extremely 80s. With the proper rear spoiler and bumper. Here's a 220S convertible. I've seen this car last time when we were filming for the Formula 1 event. Very nicely done. In a very nice color. Now, so a lot of these cars are actually with the Classic Car Group Friends of Classic, which I'm also a part of. But I don't always join their events because they always start very early. Anyway, here's E-Class Estate 123, if I remember correctly. Very rare, especially in the estate layout with a two-door 280C here in a very period correct color. Another one, a 124 sedan in a very beautiful burgundy color. Same wheels as mine, but this has the AMG logo, so probably real. Oh, what do we have here? Beautiful pagoda. Very beautiful pagoda. There are quite a few pagodas in Singapore actually, and most of them are done nicely. I guess if you own it until now, and given the values they demand now, people would put it through proper restorations. You rarely see a tatty one in Singapore. Nice G-Class, two-door, classic G-Class. Of R107. Another pagoda. Again, in beautiful nick. What did I tell you guys? If they still survive today, they're usually properly and beautifully restored, just like this one in black. An SLC with lovely AMG wheels. A C124, that's the two-door coupe version. 190E. Another 123. 129 SL, which I'm of course very familiar with. I have had two before back in Hong Kong. This one's a beautiful black with Robus wheels. I think no, these are original wheels. There's actually another 129 here. And we have another, these are what, 200s? Another classic here. We have 123 leaving. My friend Shane. And then finally, we have this 250E limo in black color. Look at that. Well, this must be quite rare in Singapore. Check it out. Three rows of seat. That's so cool. All right, and here is the main display at the front, where behind me you see one of the world traveling brand new S-Class I told you about, which arrived earlier this week in Singapore. Let's take a look. They have all the different generations of S-Class displayed here at the back. Let's take a quick walk around to see what there is on offer. All right, as I was saying before I got kicked away because they had to do a drone shot. So this event is actually called 140 years, 140 places. Back in January 29th, 140 years ago, Carl Benz registered the first patent-motorwagen, which is considered the first motor car in the world. In January 29th, 2026, 140 years later, was where Mercedes in Germany had a launch event launching this brand new S-Class and also marking the start of their trip driving through 140 places. And you can see every place they've been, they have a sticker. So there's already Chile here, Spa, they were on some F1 tracks. Sorry. Let's see if we can find some familiar stickers. There's Sepang, Vietnam, Hanoi, Phat San, so they were in China, Thailand, Bangkok, Niagara Falls. So yeah, this place really been everywhere, this car. Starting from, of course, Germany, Stuttgart, This should be the S500 and the brand new one, but this is actually a pre-production model. It's a very finalized model, don't get me wrong, but it is still the pre-production model. And of course, Mercedes-Benz will be using this opportunity to test out the car, get the necessary data before the final production model comes out. So far, they have done about 30,000 kilometers, and their driver and development engineer was telling me they have a few months to go. They expect to finish the trip by October 2026, and by then they should be over 60,000 kilometers. Check it out. I really like these Benz logo they have on the grille these days. Right now on the display vehicles, all S-classes, of course. This is it the 222? I don't know. When it gets too new, I'm really not familiar. But this is a S350, and then next to here is one of my favorite. I think this is the 221, W221. And then a 220, W220. This is a S280, just like mine. And of course, my favorite, the 140. Now, originally, I was asked to do a display where I have to come early, display the car and whatnot. And then last minute, I was told by the organizer who invited me, telling me, oh, it's quite casual, you can come whenever or leave whenever. Then I knew it must be this S-Class which took my S-Class's spot, because in Singapore, I think our two are the most active and most beautiful S-Classes out there. But no worries, no harm done, no hard feelings, because the owner of this S-Class, Abel, who runs Covenant Concept, the car dealer, is a friend of mine. So I'm happy to see his car being displayed here as well. And a 126, white 126 300 SEL. And the older, these are 113, I think these are 113 280S. Getting a bit rusty with my Mercedes knowledge. And finally, the two classics here. No Pullman, no 600. I don't think there are any 600s in Singapore. I could be wrong though. If you know differently, please tell me. But this one would be the oldest, owned by Mercedes enthusiast, no surprise, in Singapore. Right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, this little fun outing of a pretty special event. I don't normally do a lot of Mercedes content, so this is actually much welcomed. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a like, please subscribe. Please remember to click the bell button next to the subscribe button so you know when our next video is. Thank you and have a good day.
Learn more about the area around you. Just let me know what you're interested in, such as local attractions, restaurants, or businesses.
Mercedes is the only brand you're allowed. For Porsche, your example, you only can move it electrical. With Mercedes, you can move it yourself, or you can put it electrically and it aligns you on that part of body you want to have the airflow.
All right, you see the levers moving on its own.
Yeah, and actually also on that side, there's on your demand.
Nice, all automatic.
Yes, and you're also allowed to switch it individually.
I don't have that in my 140, that's for sure. I'm lucky the aircon works. Lots of space at the back as well. Comfortable car.
And then we have that controllers in the
Yeah,
middle.
what is this? It looks like a little iPhone thing.
Yeah, it is like a little phone, and you control maybe the roof, the ambilight, the sound. If you get the rear seat entertainment, you can control the window blinders. You can